says it while it's on live. I'll have to look that up so I can figure that out for next time, because I'm sure there'll always be a next time. Well, God willing. We've got our flat top card here. Something is quite clear to see. We've got our flat top and our updo coming in together. Some kind of formal situation is going to be happening. Finding out. I have a feeling someone's going to find out soon what was happening behind the scenes of things. We've got a hammer, this consistent work that was being done. Trying to keep someone stuck. Parentheses. To put beside more information, interruption of thought, ADD. Someone that was kept trying to interrupt somebody's thought process, maybe their intuition. Maybe they were using magic or music. Sorry, I meant to say music. Music magic with the mushrooms. The hearse. The frequency. They were trying to alter somebody's frequency and disconnect them from their connections to the magical realms, the higher knowing realms. I should say the places that seem or appear to be magic. Semicolon. They could have stopped several times. They were given warnings to stop several times, but they chose to keep going. Or maybe the person they were doing this to, they could have stopped several times. They had good reason to stop because they were being so overwhelmed with things with this waterfall card. And then I don't know why I can't speak. Clearly the mermaid's underwater, right? But Angela went head first into these emotions and just dealt with whatever it was that was going on, even though someone was trying to hold them back, to freeze them out, to disconnect them, to make things appear different than what they are. They wanted this person to be empty with thoughts. They wanted this person to not be able to think correctly. They wanted this person to be on empty. They didn't want this person to be able to go to restaurants, to be able to afford to go to restaurants. They didn't want this person to have nice things or be able to attend nice things. They wanted this person excluded, but it's very perfectly clear here to somebody what these two people, I'm going to say two people because we've got the updo and the flat top. One person, of course, could have the updo and the other person could have the flat top. It doesn't matter which sex has what because, you know, men have man buns and women have flat tops. But they were constantly putting the work in here, trying to be able to make it so somebody could not think straight. They didn't want them to see what they were doing. They didn't want them to use their own intuition to be able to figure out what was going on. There's a placeholder here for this unicorn. Someone is trying very hard not to upset the apple cart, but the apple cart has been upset. I'm thinking the bad apple has been thrown out of the cart. We've got the number 3, has to do with the Most High. It also can be the balance or the connection between the mind, body, and the spirit. We have the number 7 here, which is a spiritual number and also has the snake behind it. So someone is shedding their skin. Spiritual fulfillment, divine cycle, signifies the seeker's wisdom, introspection, philosopher, and analyst, searching for the hidden truth, working memory capacity. spiritual knowledge, perfection, partnerships and marriage, completeness, a day of rest. And that's coming in under the empty gas tank. Someone needed a day of rest, and now they'll be able to have one. Could also be something, someone could be 37 years old. Could be March 7th, February 3rd, 1970, or the 70s. We have the number 1 card now. The beginning of something, the start of something. It could be an area code 371 if there's such a thing, or an address of 371, or an address of 2371. February 3rd, 1971. I don't think I've ever had 3 number cards coming out together. These cards here add up to an 11, which is the balance and the stability, twin flame. And then, of course, we have the 2, which 11 adds up to the 2. We've got the Robin here, somebody's sidekick, or their friend, their best friend, quote unquote. Could be the name Robin, the name Robert, the name Rob, Bob. A little birdie told me. I have a feeling that whoever this, oh, well, I guess it's either both ways again. Whoever had the flat top, though, was the ballsy one in the group. Yo-yo, playing these games over and over and over and over. We've got the new moon. They were doing these things on the new moon cycles, trying to make sure that somebody could not speak to another person about whatever it is that was going on. The little birdie was telling me, right? So they were trying to keep this person from their own intuition. Headphones, not paying attention to anything that was going on around them, only focusing in on themselves, tuning out the rest of the world. That's what they wanted for this person. Granted, it probably brought them some peace not having to deal with the external world, but in the same regard, it was separating them from who they are and what they were here meant to do while they were here. What is this? All that and a bag of chips. Somebody thought they were all that in a bag of chips, taking the lead. Spiritually taking the lead. Final test. Someone's ultimately being given the final test. Whatever they decide on this final test is whatever is going to happen. We've got the letter or the order on the cease and desist. Maybe someone was given orders to leave this person alone and to stop doing what they were doing, and then let's see what they're going to have to do. We've got our pineapple here and the skeleton in the closet. Someone was trying to hide somebody else's prosperity. Maybe someone was of the swinger lifestyle and they were trying to hide that. We've got the multiplied here. They were trying to double down on this new moon magic, considering it's in the same column. And then we've got this scorpion. Have something to do with a Scorpio. Come on, Scorpio. I know I told the Scorpio that I knew that was doing magic because she told me she was doing magic. She gave me a situation that happened, and she said that she was doing magic on somebody, and it actually didn't hit the right target. It hit somebody else. And she goes, oopsie. And then I told her, I was like, well, you probably shouldn't be messing with that kind of stuff because, you know, you could probably get yourself into a situation that you can't get yourself out of. And she goes, oh, no. Don't worry, my uncle helps me with it. He's a priest. I mean, what can you say to that? We've got butter. What is the center card in this? The flat top. The flat top is a center card in this spread, meaning that things are just very even keel. You could just see right through it. It's kind of like seeing the horizon. You could see everything that's going on over that, in that area. I'm at a loss for words. Especially if you're at the same level as this person or higher in stature, then you can definitely see over that. There's nothing obstructing your view. We've got the butter being left out on the counter. How long has it been left out? We've got a tornado coming, a natural disaster. Someone's got proof or pictures or still shots or memories of this natural disaster. An authority figure has the pictures, taking pictures of an authority figure. Maybe authority figure is involved with the Scorpio, or maybe the Scorpio is an authority figure. Now, this could be someone who's in a place of enforcement, or it could be someone who's a manager, a higher up, someone who makes decisions, choices. Versatile, transformative, adjust to its environment, maybe affected by the environment, whether it's in the cold, the refrigerator, or the counter in the kitchen. Maybe this person who is in authority, maybe this person was once kind of thick-skinned and now they're kind of softening up a little bit in order to be able to see the truth of what the issue is or the problem is that's been going on. We've got the belly rubs. This person in authority is feeling really vulnerable right now, or they're asking for someone to give them some attention. They're allowing themselves to be more vulnerable or to see the vulnerability that's involved here. Perhaps this was something that they didn't see before because maybe they were being influenced by some kind of lyrical magic, which they had to come back and multiply the extent of it every new moon cycle, trying to put someone under the influence of some heavy emotions. We've got a shark here and the crocodile. Both of those are predators that you don't know they're there until they're really right there, right? They kind of assess things under the water before they zero in. It's definitely someone was hiding somebody's wealth, and they are being now given the opportunity to make this final test. And I know that we've had final tests coming up before, but final test was more up in these areas of the read. So now that it's here at the bottom and someone has to take the lead of this, and there's been a letter or order put in place, now someone has actually reached out to maybe some kind of authority figures. Maybe somebody's heard now that there's some kind of legal proceedings going on. This money or this wealth that has been trying to be hidden has now multiplied over all of this time. It's gone up in value. The Scorpio season could have something to do with it. Maybe November, October, November. Maybe someone's going to hear about it. We had 11 come out. That's also November. Skip to my Lou. It could pertain to someone who's in their 70s, 71. As I said, 37. It's the same story that we've been getting, right? I mean, it is the next day. These things are usually slow moving, right? I don't know why I'm thinking about this person that I know from up north. She was dating my dad, and she told the police officers that she was a caretaker. And my dad passed away, and she literally told me that she was told by the 911 operator to pull my dad down to the floor and administer CPR, and she told me she did not do that. She said that she didn't want to do that to his head. Yeah, someone could be upset and angry about the fact that maybe they didn't try what they could in order. My dad was probably over 6 feet, maybe 6 feet. She was not. She was probably like 5'5", and maybe she didn't feel like she could. I mean, she's in her 80s. I can't expect an 80-year-old woman to handle, you know what I mean? It's like I totally understand, even though it's disappointing, and even though, I mean, she probably could be brought up on charges for not administrating life-saving measures when she probably would have, should she have tried. But considering her age and the fact that she might have hurt herself if she had, I mean, what can you do? It is what it is. She also told me that she has a son that was in banking, and her son, I guess, had retired from banking, and she told me that he was asked to come back by his company in order to help them out with things. And so he ended up coming back. I just found the whole thing interesting. I didn't get all of my dad's property. I didn't get his phone returned. I got old phones returned when he had told me that he had to get a new phone. So I never even got his new phone returned. The person that was the executor of his will would not give me a copy of the will. The place where they had the will done, they would not give me the copy of the will because I wasn't the executor. There was also people who lived in his apartment complex that were telling me about the shady situations that would go on in that place. When I went to his apartment, there was like a hole in the wall next to his door from one of the security sticks that is supposed to keep your door from opening. So there was many things that went on that were very sketchy in that environment or that situation, but I have to also say that when I was leaving sorry, let me back up. When I was arriving to his apartment, it was pretty late at night. There was authority figures that were driving out of the complex at the time. So it just seemed, you know how you get a sense or a feeling of things, and when I was talking to the people in places that would have authority, they didn't seem very interested. Not to mention, the caretaker or the girlfriend was a very jealous individual, even, yes, in her 80s. Mind you, on that note, people don't change unless they want to change. They continue to be the same person throughout life. Doesn't matter what the number is that's assigned to their years of being around on Earth. She literally would, I heard her in the background, "Are you talking to some woman on the phone?" when he was talking to me. Apparently from the neighbors that would happen often. And was in his 90s, folks, mind you, and she's in her 80s. her husband, she was a widow, and her husband, who was an officer, passed away while he was healing from a fall. So he was higher in rank here in the county of which she lived, I believe, which I found interesting. Anywho, I don't know what brought that up or what was the purpose of me even mentioning that at this point. Honestly. But I guess I won't question it. There's a win here in the community. There's a change with the 5. Somebody thought it was entertaining. We've got the Gemini card coming out. Diplomacy. Please don't tell me. Someone has support. Someone who wasn't learning a lesson with the 9 card about privacy. Telling lies with truth upside down. Intervention. They're not so entertained anymore, are they? Someone who wasn't listening is listening now. Let's just be diplomatic. Let's just have some, This was a Leo card before. We have someone who's not crying anymore, I guess. Unknown, so something is known. With this person has an R in their name, first, middle, last. It also goes back with that Robin with the Robert card. And their loyalty. I have a cousin named Robert that I couldn't get a hold of when I wanted to let him know that my dad had passed. But somehow my sister's able to post on his page. I don't know. No more smear campaign. My sister, who's a Sag, interesting enough, is in their South Node. No more red flags. Building peace. That's nice. Let's build some peace. I like that. We've got create here landing on top of no more smear campaign. We have a box here. Someone's trying to put someone in a box. Care. Under someone's care, they were put in a box. I can't see what this one is. It's a nothing card. Oh, I just flipped it over to heart. Interestingly enough, my dad said that they said my dad passed away of a heart attack. My dad also mentioned that the girlfriend would put his eggs in water, and when I asked her about it, because he said the eggs were delicious, he says he never liked eggs until she started putting them in water. And she said she never put them in water. No, I didn't. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, I found that really interesting, right? But anywho, passed away from a heart attack. We have a theme here. Someone comes across as being super sweet, but they're actually a dragon. They don't want anyone to remember about it. This is the memories. Pass on the memories. Somebody wants you to pass on remembering things or the memories of things. Filter. They want to filter what it is that you do remember. Golly, folks. But mind you, we've got this authority person in authority. This person in authority who's asking for belly rubs. And we've got the shark and the croc here. So it doesn't matter what's going on. I mean, it matters. But whatever has been done is going to come to the surface, because the shark and the croc never stay underwater indefinitely, right? They always come to the surface and they always show themselves. In due time, my friends, in due time. With that being said, folks, I hope you make it a great day. There's always something good in every single day that can make it a great day, should you want it to be so. It is a choice. We do have the Scorpio and the pot of gold in the corners I did fail to mention. So it's going to be all that and a bag of chips when it comes to this whole Mr. Nice Guy scenario. So keep that in mind. Let's see what happens in November. Hopefully I'll remember that we're supposed to even think about November when November comes. Take care. Thanks for being here. And if you haven't yet, please like my other 2 channels or subscribe so that way I can go live on those. I would really appreciate it. I believe that they are in the description of the main channel. If not, I will try to remember to put it under the description of this live. Take care. Bye. Bye.